Welcome back to episode 2 of Resonant Rise, and not a lot has changed really. It's same building, but this time it's got a few chests in, some barrels, and full of resources. So between episodes I've gathered a fair few resources. I've even got some diamonds. Ooh, diamonds! So yeah, gathered all these resources up, and yeah, it's been eventful. This biome is quite dangerous actually, because it's let's see what biome it is. It's a Mystic Grove, but that means there's witches spawn. Now if I run back into here, I can show you that this barrel has 18 witches' hands in it. Now I don't know if I'm ever going to use 18 witches' hands, but you know, I'm going to store them in a barrel now. They don't stack, so that's why I threw them in a barrel. But yeah, so this is pretty dangerous biome. So I've managed to get myself some armor. I made myself the iron helmet and the iron legs, but this stuff drops from random mobs, so I've got myself a glowstone chestplate and some steel boots. My steel boots are about to break, but that's fine. So yeah, hard mode and this biome, not fun. There's millions of hecates and witches basically. Anyway, so I mentioned this episode we're going to do some ore processing, so we're going to try and turn at least a good portion of this from the ores itself into iron ingots. Now, I did decide what I'm going to use to do the early game ore doubling, but you're going to have to wait and see what that is because, well, I need to sleep through the night and I need to head to the nether, so back in a bit. So I just checked whether my sapphire pick could mine obsidian. Turns out it can't, so I'm going to have to make myself a diamond pick. Now, you could build yourself, say, a stone pickaxe and put a diamond modifier on it. That will, I think that should be able to mine obsidian as well, but to be honest, it's not too bad. It's only 3 diamonds. I do have 18 in total, so yeah, I'll use them. Right, so I'm going to go mine myself up some obsidian, enough to make a portal, and then I'll come back when I've finished it. Okay, got my obsidian. Now, all I need to do is make the portal. And, oh dear. There you go, all better. So, click it, we got ourselves a portal. Yay! Right, let's go in and see what we get. Okay, so this is quite unusual. I've never actually had metallurgy installed on any mod pack before. And I came straight out and I've got this Viroxeras, whatever. Anyway, it's poisonous. So you stand on it, you get poisoned. So I'm going to have to dig this up and put some cobble on top of it. Wait, is it poisonous when you pick it up? That could be a problem. How am I going to get you without getting poisoned? Oh, no. Yep, so there you go. You get poisoned too, so it's quite vigorous. So yeah, that was fun. But basically what I'm going to do in the nether is I'm going to mainly focus on gathering myself up some nether quartz. I also need some netherrack as well, just for safekeeping basically. So I'm going to gather up some resources and yes, so that's basically it. A quick thing I wanted to note before I actually cut to the next thing is I've recently looked on the AT launcher packs, the public packs, and I've noticed there's a pack for Resonant Rise Lite. Now I don't actually know what mods there are, but if you don't have your computer isn't quite as good as you want it to be, then perhaps you might want to check that one out. So there it goes. So I'm going to basically mine now off camera, like I said, mainly nether quartz, some netherrack, but I'll probably just gather that anyway, and then I'll come back when I've got some. Okay, so that couldn't have gone too much worse. I died 7 or 8 times. I ended up getting myself whatever this stuff is, armor, because I lost my first lot and I couldn't get back through because the pigmen kept attacking me. So that serves me right for trying to mine what's it called, nether diamond ore, because it exploded and made them all aggro. So anyway, I'm back. I've got some stuff. I've got all the stuff I needed at least. So we're going to get started on some ore doubling. Now, by popular demand, I'm actually going to do the way I said I wasn't going to do, which is Ars Magica. So the first thing I'm going to need for Ars Magica is a item frame and a book. Now, I don't actually have any paper on me, so I'm going to grab some of that. Okay, got my paper. Now, the first thing I need to do is make a item frame. So, some sticks, piece of leather, just a vanilla one. And then finally, I need a book. And this is the starting thing you need for Ars Magica. So with your item frame and book, if you head off to a pool of essence, and that's this weird blue stuff here, you can find this in quite a lot of places. It's all over the world. Now if I open up my map, you can see that there's actually in this biome itself, there's actually quite a lot of pools of essence, but some biomes don't have any in, and some biomes have a lot in. But anyway, once you found one, you put down your item frame, and then you put your book in it, and this cool little effect will happen, and it will change the book to this one. So you take this off, and you've got yourself a arcane compendium. There we go. Now, I don't know why this is doing this, but what you normally would have do is these will sparkle with an effect, and then you can you have a half moon. Ooh. You'll have a half moon on the ones you haven't read. Now, for some reason, despite the fact I haven't done it on this world specifically, it seems to have linked it to another world which I have, so it hasn't showed up. Now, you don't normally have this many tabs either when you start off, but what you want to do is you want to read through them all. If you haven't already played Ars Magica, read through them all, and then the next thing you want to create is the Oculus. So somewhere along here, it will tell you that the Oculus is a good step to start with. So what we're going to do is we're going to create one of them. Okay, so once you've crafted this up, it will unlock some other options. So I'm just going to throw this anywhere. It doesn't really matter where. This interface probably won't show up when you first do it, but it will unlock things in your arcane compendium. So once you've read through them, the next thing you will probably want to make is an inscription table. So fairly simple recipe. You now also know how to make spell parchment, so you need to basically build this and place this down next. Now I don't have a feather, so I'm gonna have to go get one of them, but oh, they're weird. But yeah, so I'm gonna go find a feather somewhere and I'll come back. Okay, so once you've created your arcane work table, obviously the reason I'm putting it outside is just because, yeah, my house is pretty small currently. But once you've created the arcane work table, you can then read your, wherever it's gone, the arcane compendium again. And then you will want to craft yourself a crafting altar. Now I've already crafted it just to save a bit of time. You don't have to place this in the world. You can just keep hold of it for now. But after you've done that, you then should be able to read about, let's see. Ah, there they are. Light Nexus. So there are 3 different types of Nexus. There are the Dark, the Essence, and the Light. This is also known as a neutral Nexus. This will create, depending on the cap rock, sorry, the cap of the thing, it will create Essence, which is, it's like a form of energy. It will create that during the day. Now, that's unless you put Moonstone, in which case it'll only do during the night. But the higher up the tier of this, so obviously we've got glass to start with, then gold, diamond, and finally moonstone. So this is the Light Nexus. You've also got obviously the Essence Nexus, and the reason this was renamed was because you are meant to feed this with the liquid essence, which is the stuff that we combine with the book to get the arcane compendium with. Now it will consume that whilst it's running, so whilst it's creating energy, it will consume the essence that's underneath it. So that's why I'm actually going to go for the Light Nexus. So I'm going to craft myself up some blocks of quartz, which is why I went to the nether, and I'm also going to go for probably gold caps. Now to get the gold caps, I'm going to create myself a grindstone. This is it. So I'm going to create this so I can get the most out of my ores, but obviously once I've got this Nexus running, I shouldn't have to do that again. I should be able to just let it run. But I'm going to need quite a lot of this, so I'm going to get all the stuff off camera and then I'll come back once I've sorted it all out. Okay, so we should be ready now. I've got my thing set up over here, so basically all you need is a 5x5 and you place the quartz blocks in the corners of them, and then you place whatever your cap block is on top, like so, and then you create yourself a white chalk, and then simply click the middle spot and you'll see all this cool little effect, and this will start spinning around if it's working. So this is now fully working. The other thing we need is the thing to actually double the ore, and that is simply Whoa, that's very shiny. In here, a calefactor. Let me take this off the wall, and then I want to place the calefactor down here, and I also want to create a mana battery. So mana, there we go, 1 mana battery, and I created a crystal wrench which requires desert novas and blue orchids. Now, blue orchids you can usually find anywhere. Desert novas are generally only in the hotter environments like deserts. So I wombled over here, picked up one of them, and then I'm going to knock a hole in the wall and place my mana battery here. And then, as you can see, these little things are flying over. So this will, like I said, generate essence during the daytime. So as far as it's got a clear visible thing of the sky, it will create essence. And then these blobs will go over into the calefactor. And as you can see, they're landing in there. And then if we throw in any ore, let's pick iron. Iron's always a good one. Throw it in this, and you'll see some cool little effects, and eventually this will complete itself and you will get double ore. Now there is a chance you actually get triple ore, so there's a chance you'll get 3 bars rather than 2, which is pretty cool. Okay, just forgot how to link the nexus to the thing then. All you do is you get your crystal wrench, click on the middle square, and you should start getting this weird pew pew laser. I think this normally attaches to you, and then you click on your mana battery, and that will link it to the mana battery. Now this should start to gain charge. Unfortunately, I think the amount it's currently charging it is very weak, so it doesn't appear to be linked. Hold on. That should go away when it's done. Yep, there you go. So this will start to charge up. Now, as you can see, this is only a percentage, so to see what the actual number is, you can create one of these things, which is a Magitech staff, and this will give you an actual number to what you're creating. So I'm going to create one of these, and then I can see if it's all working properly. Okay, so we've got it all working. I forgot that the mana battery needs a redstone signal, so there is just a lever on the other side. If I just run around here, you can see there's a lever here which is powering this. Now if I click it, you can see it's got a detector distance of 5,000, and then the calefactor itself has a detector's essence of around 1,800. It's obviously smelting up the iron ore, so it's changing a bit. So there's that's the calefactor working. Now you might notice it's actually reasonably slow, and the way to speed this up is to use, if I can find them, over here somewhere, a charge focus. These things. So if you create a charge focus, you should be able to see this smelt a lot faster, so you can actually fill up 3. That's what these 3 slots are for. This extra slot here is to have any Vintium dust that might get created, because there is a chance it can create extra Vintium dust. So if I fill these 3 slots, this should go much faster. Now between episodes, I'm probably going to create the charge focuses for these things. I'm going to see if a hopper works well. Apparently they're not particularly good, but I'll see if a hopper works on top of this, and obviously underneath to pull out. And that way I can hopefully get this like semi-automated. Now this should keep my my ore processing reasonably well. So yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching episode 2 of Resonant Rise. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you later.